Welcome back. When the GOP presidential frontrunner leads the rest of the field by 42 points, it becomes harder and harder to devote a full segment of this program to a Republican debate without Mr. Trump on the stage. And then, boom, you witness a candidate statement so personal and cogent, it demands further discussion.
This is a personal issue for every woman and every man. I am unapologetically pro-life, not because the Republican Party tells me to be, but because my husband Michael was adopted and I had trouble having both of my children, so I'm surrounded by blessings. Having said that, when you look post-Roe, a wrong was made right. They took it out of the hands of unelected justices and they put it in the hands of the people. And now we're seeing states vote. And what I'll tell you is, as much as I'm pro-life, I don't judge anyone for being pro-choice, and I don't want them to judge me for being pro-life. So let's find consensus. Let's agree on how we can ban late-term abortions. Let's make sure we encourage adoptions and good quality adoptions. Let's make sure we make contraception accessible. Let's make sure that none of these state laws put a woman in jail or give her the death penalty for getting an abortion. Let's focus on how to save as many babies as we can.
Okay, folks, you just heard Nikki Haley articulate exactly how many people feel. What did you think, Tamara?
I thought that was very good. I am not someone who believes in late-term abortions. Don't write me. I don't really care. I do not as a woman. I just don't agree with that. But I do believe that you have pro-choice. And I don't believe that you should have to have a baby if you've been raped or by incest. And I don't think no governmental agency who ain't gonna give you a damn dime for a diaper or a bottle of milk should tell you that you have to. But that's not what I talked about. You know what I wanted to talk about. Okay.
Okay, Chris. I know this is an issue that you've thought a great deal about.
Yeah, I agree with Tamara. I wouldn't say it the exact same way she did, but I agree with Tamara. I thought what Nikki said was very poignant, and it was before the Ohio vote when Ohio voted with their constitutional amendment, and then the Republican Party in Ohio came back and said, well, we're not going to follow that. We're not going to follow the will of the people, which is exactly what the Republicans wanted. They wanted to put it back to the states and let the people vote. The people voted and said, we want this, and the Republicans said, no, that's not true. We're not going to do that.
Bill?
Look, this is a perfect example of the dysfunction of the two-party system. The polling clearly shows that something around 70% of the American people think that a woman ought to have the right to have an abortion early in the pregnancy, up to about 12 or 15 weeks. And after that, you need to have a really good reason to have an abortion. That's what 70% of the American people want. Where is that the law in the country? No place. Because these two political parties keep playing to their bases and demanding that the only alternatives are extreme that 70% of the American people don't agree with.
That's hard to argue with.
No, and look, well, but it's also weird, though, and this goes to Bill's point, like something like 90-some-odd% of abortions happen in the first 10 weeks, right? So, in reality, we already have, for the most part, agreed on what sort of a logical time if you're going to do that kind of thing. That's, you know, to me, it's kind of not. Look, the Democrats are playing this where all the Republicans, all the conservatives are a bunch of crazy people who want to take away your freedom. It's ridiculous.
It just happened in Ohio. It ain't ridiculous.
All right, we're going to leave it there.